Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
So apparently, instead of fighting in the ring, they gonna fight outside the ring. Gervonta Tank Davis team and Shakur Stevenson. Kenny Ellison basically put it out there that Gervonta Davis ducked Shakur Stevenson like Lomachenko. Shakur Stevenson fired back and he said that he never received an offer. They never sent the contract. Then, it leaked out there that he could fight Joe Cordina. And also I talk about this as well too with Raymondo Muratalla. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. But I'll speak about that towards the middle end of the video. So then Coach Kenny Ellison got on Twitter and basically, pun intended, said huge fight coming up. Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina. Get your tickets. So, Shakur Stevenson, that was on Instagram, fired back and basically posted his daughter's professional boxing record, which is 7-3. He said 3 losses in 10 fights is crazy. You need to be focused at the task on hand and basically not worried about what he doing. And I guess he coaches his daughter. So then Coach Kenny Ellison kind of responded back with a picture of his daughter holding like 5 guns, like they was all handguns stacked up, and basically said, "Don't touch my baby girl. She'll defend herself, blah, say, blah." Yeah, so basically what he said, he said, "Don't press up on my baby girl like you pressed up on the other girl." And I guess he referring to Joette Gonzalez's sister. I could be wrong there. And he said because she could defend herself, but she hold like 5 Glocks. And then he also said that he preferred him to post the footage of the fights that his daughter lost, because you was at one of them. So basically he's saying they was probably robberies or they didn't get a fair shake in his opinion, right? So, like I said before, they'd rather lip wrestle outside the ring. They'd rather lip box, go back and forth, anything but to get in the ring. And this is just their version of building up a fight. That's just what it is. Build it up, building up, building up. And they gonna see after a while, man, they keep losing fans in boxing. They gonna see after a while that ain't nobody just gonna give a fuck. Cause I told y'all, years ago, marination ain't the way. And one of the reasons why, because y'all sit here and y'all let the fight spoil. And y'all get the fight and it's always still subjective. Oh man, if this fight would happen 4 years later, or he looked old, or he got old overnight, or whatever. Or it didn't live up to expectations. And once you build something so high, it's hard for it to live up to expectations. Manny Pacquiao Mayweather, it was impossible for it to live up to expectations that people wanted it to see. Even in 2009-10, if that was the best chance of it living up to expectations, it probably wouldn't have lived up to what we thought it should have been either. Oscar and Floyd didn't live up to it. So we can just go on and on. The one fight that lived up to the expectations that's inside that top 10 as far as pay-per-views was Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson 2. That's the one that, and it exceeded all expectations, for all the fucking wrong reasons. But yeah. So, them going back and forth is just their version of selling the fight. And they doing more work outside the fight, outside the ring. You got Floyd Schofield Sr., he promoting his son. I peep game. I've been around boxing long enough to peep his game. What Benny Siegel say, "I can go before your honor. You couldn't peep my game. I peep it, ninja. I already know what you're doing." You know what I'm saying? And then, at the end of the day, I see what they doing with Tank and Shakur. They trying to build something up. There probably was never a contract offer. It's probably already, okay, man, we'll fight in 2029. They already probably got that agreement behind closed doors. And what it's allowing Coach Kenny Ellison to do is to keep his name relevant. He's beginning to name in the game. Very funny guy. Seemed to be a great teacher of boxing too, from what I see from the naked eye. But I can be wrong there. And then also it's allowing Shakur Stevenson to build up his fight and also to keep Tank's name relevant. So these tactics ain't gonna continue to work. Y'all gonna continue to turn fans off. Y'all gonna turn fans to another sport or to go do something else with their life. And to be honest, they better off just getting it on now. But they always like to wait till somebody lose or somebody get in trouble outside the ring or somebody outgrow the weight class. But, kind of bringing somebody's kid into it. I understand she grown. Don't bring my family into it, bro. That's all I say. Don't bring my family into it. You know, you want to speak about me and say things about my fight. And Coach Kenny Ellison kept it straight with him. You know, he kept it straight with him. And then you want to go talk about my baby? Like, I don't care if she grown and is an adult. He be doing some shit that be out of bounds. You know, threatening niggas, talking about seeing niggas in the street. I don't like none of that. Like, he be thinking it's all talk to a nigga run up on him for real. Like, I don't like that shit. You know, he did the Cam and Mace. Oh, yeah, nigga, I see y'all that's on site. You'll say I see you on site, suck dick, all that shit, suck my dick and all that. Like, those that's death do us part, nigga. You know, like, the way these young niggas be talking, they don't understand, bro. That's why I stopped hooping. Cause, you know, like, shit, I stopped hooping like early 2010s. Like, they got out there like, yeah, bitch, 2, 3, like, talking like, dude, I will strangle one of you young niggas, man. That's why I be hooping at LA Fitness. None of that. These niggas, they be just thinking it be words. Like, no, this ain't social media. This ain't ASL. This ain't, you know, whatever else they using. WYD. Nah, this life, nigga. We come from a generation that you say some things like that, nigga, dog. Like, on site, mean when I see you, it ain't no talking. I go right in your shit. You know. So, and him posting his daughter with 5 or 6 guns, that's wild. But I don't expect anything less from Baltimore. Because you bring somebody's child into it, that shit, to me, that's hella weak. I don't care if she is a dog. And she ain't say nothing about him neither. Like, talk about that man. Talk about Tank. Shakur be doing too much, bro. And if something happened to that nigga, I would not be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised. And people say, well, why don't people like him? It ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard to tell at all. This is simple. It ain't like Devin. Like, damn, you know, nigga, Devin, this nigga done a lot. You know, fuck the fans the other day. Now you bringing niggas' family members into it. And, you know, you talk spicy and then you fight with no spice. Not mild, no spice. And then you get mad at the consumer. You can't say, well, I'm gunning for the knockout. Or I'm going to be a different version of me. And then you the same ass G. You the same OG, young OG. Like, nah. That's just what I be saying. So, like I said, I ain't rooting for the nigga to win, but I ain't rooting for him to lose neither. I don't care. For real. That is what it is. So apparently Robert Garcia came out and said that Shakur Stevenson contacted Top Rank about fighting Raimondo Muratalla. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Instead of fighting Joe Cordina. And one of the guys basically said, now y'all want to fight Shakur Stevenson, but y'all just didn't have an opponent. You already know he signed to fight Joe Cordina. He said that Robert Garcia said on Twitter that, you know, Shakur Stevenson team reached out to Top Rank. Top Rank said they could fight Shakur Stevenson, Raimondo Muratalla. I know I'm saying his name wrong, but whatever. And he said he hope it's not BS and everybody on board. You know, Team Robert Garcia on board, Top Rank on board, Raimondo's on board, and you know that they want to fight. But we already know Shakur Stevenson fighting Joe Cordina. So at the end of the day, we already know he ain't getting in the ring, and you know he ain't getting in the ring with Raimondo Muratalla. You think he gonna not fight Cordina and they gonna pay him to fight Muratalla for the same money Cordina? To me, it sound like Top Rank trying to make Shakur look bad for walking away. And they just saying, oh, say this, say that for clout. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, I don't see that fight happening. You know, real talk, I don't see that fight happening. I mean, it's possible. But he ain't not about to fight easy money Cordina for great money and take the same great money in Ruski versus Raimondo Muratalla, even if what they seen from Tevin Farmer they like and they feel they could split him. You know, why would I take great money in an easy opponent and take that and replace that with great money and a better opponent that got a chance to beat me or a better chance to beat me? So I don't see him doing that, especially with a one-fight deal with Matchroom, especially we working with Top Rank. We could have made that fight happen on Top Rank. So, yeah, you know, is Robert Garcia telling the truth? I didn't see Shakur Stevenson address it, but if he fighting George Cordina, everybody got their mindset on George Cordina right now, but I would love to see him fight, you know, Raimondo Muratalla. It's a better fight. I can't even say it's a better fight because I've never seen Cordina fight, not knowingly. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot going around. Shakur Stevenson was quiet for a minute. All of a sudden, you know, the Cordina thing came out. He faced some backlash, and You know, he came back on social media, going back and forth, and it seemed like he want to be, you know, play the villain role. So, I mean, shit, choose to be the villain. But, you know, you think about boxing, how many non-black fighters had to play the villain in boxing? Think about that for a minute. How many non-black fighters had to play the villain in boxing? Think about that. How many non-black fighters had to play the villain in boxing? So, think about that for a minute. That's real spill. That's real spill. Many non-black fighters had to play the villain in boxing. So, I mean, you know how the game go, man. But yeah, I know he gonna fight Muratalla. So, but if they do change it, I think everybody like that a lot better. But I don't think they're gonna change it. Unless they're gonna give him an upcharge, they're gonna pay him a bunch of money. They probably had to pay Muratalla more money than Cordina. So the card already set in stone from what we heard. Ben Whitaker be on there, Shakur be on there. Really, I'm just there for the main event. So hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts. Check out the Patreon, man. That link's in the inside the link tree. I'm telling y'all, you won't be disappointed, man. But check out the Box News playlist. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere inside that link tree. Check us out on Facebook. Appreciate y'all. Peace.